Hey everyone, welcome to the channel because they're doing pretty well. Actually, I wasn't going to make a video and I was like, let me pop on camera here. Let me just this here. I'm doing a rinseless wash on the Equinox here. And I wanted to show you the rinseless wash I'm testing out behind the camera. Like, let me just bring you on camera and let's just talk about this. I'm actually using Gyeon EcoWash. So Chris over at Carzilla sent me this and I tested on a couple of panels. And the one thing I will mention with this is it's giving me HydroSave vibes. And plus and minuses with that. The minus being that it is actually staining my sponge. I actually am using the, let's see if I can get this squeezed out here. This is the second time I actually cleaned this out before I used it, but it's actually staining my Ultra Gold sponge from McKee's. So I just want to show you what it looks like right now. Right here. So I'm actually starting to notice a little bit of staining here on the edge here, but I want to just showcase this. We're going to just take a look at that right now. So if you don't want to stain your pad, you may want to use a darker sponge like the Ultra Safe sponge because it's gray, or if you have a ultra black sponge like this, you're not going to notice that happening to your sponges because it's a darker color. But if you have like the gold sponge or the villain sponge or the iconic rinseless wash sponge or the DIY detail legacy sponge, it is going to stain those on those colors because you're going to notice it on there. So I'll show you the way to cleans here, but let's talk about this here. I'm a little late to using this, but again, Chris over at Carzilla sent this out to me. The reason I'm late to this is I don't like rinseless washes that have protection in them like this. That's just my personal take. So you're sacrificing stuff when you're putting a lot of things in because this is basically, think of this as an all-in-one type product. You're asking it to clean and protect in one step. Versus a rinseless wash that doesn't have any protection in there. It's only designed to do one job, and that's clean, and then you can use your own protection on the vehicle. So again, you're sacrificing some with this, and I can tell you this, part of the sacrifice with this is you're sacrificing the cleaning ability of this with the protection it's leaving on there, plus it's staining your sponge. So I'm not a big fan of that. The one nice thing about this is it leaves the surface slick and glossy because of the silica that's in here. That's what the SiO2 is designed to do, and that you can actually feel it. Like I'm actually already like my towel's still up there. I've actually already washed this front clip and it's super slick. Just taking one one finger here, it's nice and slick on the surface. Again, it's leaving protection on the surface. And for those of you that don't like doing that, that type of product, this is not going to be for you. So I'm already telling you some pros and cons about this product here, and the major con is it is going to stain your sponge. So kind of keep that in mind if you want to do that. Again, the other option is to use towels. I was trying it with a double flip. It did work pretty good with the double flip here. I think I might still have one clean side on here. I think so. I can just show you how that works. But again, not the strongest cleaner. Very slick on the surface. And so let's talk about what this is here, as I'm just going to read what it says on the bottle here, because everything I need to tell you, everything you need to know about it is right here on the label. SiO2 infused rinseless and waterless wash, so you can use it two ways, rinseless and waterless. Great as a drying aid or anti-static wipe-on events. I think the language translation is a little off. Leaves a slick, glossy, and enhanced finish. Basically, you can use this as a drying aid, or you can use it as a detail spray at like a car show to prevent, it has anti-static properties apparently. So we're going to take a look at that. So directions for a waterless wash: dilute 1 to 10 or 1 to 15. Spray liberally on the surface. Wipe in straight line motion till streak free. Finish: rinseless. Use 50 to 80 milliliters and 12 liters of water. Soak multiple microfibers in your wash solution. Wash panel by panel. Change towels often. For a drying aid, it's the dilute 1 to 20. Spray on a wet surface or in your drying towel and dry the surface. So those are the features of this product here. This is where let's talk about dilutions. Waterless wash, straight, no problem with that. Has the same dilution ratios as Carpro Eco. From a rinseless wash perspective, this is where it's a little tricky because there's a little discrepancy between what's on the label and what's on the website. On the website, actually I think actually it was in the video, take that back, on their YouTube video for Gyeon, at least from USA, they state to use it at 256 to 1. But on the label here, it's saying use 50 to 80 milliliters and 12 liters of water. 12 liters is a little bit more than 3 gallons of water. So the dilution is a little different from the label to what's on the video. So I use a 256 to 1 dilution ratio. I think 50 to 80 milliliters may be a little bit too much. I'm trying to avoid streaking. I haven't tried it at those dilutions, so I don't know how they're going to perform at that ratio on there. You can play around with it. I actually made 3 gallons of water, and I used 45 milliliters of product, and then I dunked my pump sprayer in there. And the reason I made more is for my pump sprayer. And again, I follow the 256 to 1 dilution ratio with what I use in here. So we're going to take a look at this, and we'll see how it performs on the surface here. So let me kind of rotate the the camera around here, and let me get my chair out of the way. And let's go ahead and pre-spray. I'm going to pre-spray, let's do the roof here. I want to get some dirt on that pad. So we'll do this entire section here. We'll do this entire path there, and we'll see how this works. I should bring this with me. Put that in there. I'm going to take my wipe-off towel. So let's bring this with me, and let's take the sponge. We'll take the sponge on the roof so I can get some more dirt on there. Okay, so one thing I will mention about the Ultra Gold sponge is it did soften as I'm using it this time. So I've actually used it a couple times already, and it's softened up quite a bit since I first used it. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. So you can actually see that I'm actually leaving some dirty solution on the surface. I'm going to rotate my mitt, and we're going to just push this off the vehicle. And I'm just trying to grab dirt on the surface. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a secondary pass. And so I'm going to just go this way with this. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm picking up any dirty solution with the cleaner side of the sponge, because I don't want to be picking up dirt into my towel. Okay, so did I pick up enough dirt on there? Looks like I did, so I'm not going to put it back right away. Okay, let me grab my towel and get this situated here. And then we'll dry this off. Again, the dry off for this is real nice. I should have brought my step stool. The dry off is real nice because it is leaving something on the surface, so it feels really slick on the dry off. And the dry off is okay. The cleaning ability is okay. It's nothing to write home about, to be honest. There's better rinseless washes out in the market. That's for sure. Okay, so let me just go ahead and follow up with this towel here. And this is actually my insurance wipe to make sure I'm not getting any streaks left behind. Like I left a little bit of something there. But it feels real slick and real nice on the surface. So again, if you like your rinseless wash to do everything for you, then this is going to be something that you like. Okay, so let's go ahead and spray this down, and we'll use the microfiber towel, which again works really good. I'm just pre-spraying this entire thing. I'm running out of pressure, and then I'll dunk the mitt of the sponge here in a minute. Okay, so this side's clean right here. Okay, so I'm just going to take my so it's not quite taking out these little guys right here. It loosened it, but and I'm just using my towel to do the work for me. So that's the multiple towel method. The reason I use the multiple towel is now that I'm done with this, I can just pop it in, there for now, and I'm done with it. and then we're good to go. So let me just wipe this off. Again, real nice wipe off. Seems to wipe off real good, no streaks from what I'm seeing here. You can see it kind of just flash off the glass. And I am taking the hit because since this is leaving protection behind, it's actually going to mask the performance of the C6 Hydro light that's on the surface. How long it's going to last, I have no idea. So I'm just going to kind of clean that up. Okay, and then let me just dry this to make sure I'm leaving nothing on the surface, no streaks, no weird smudging. I'll just come back with it. I still didn't take that thing off. Okay, and then we'll just wipe this off. It looks nice. I mean, I've already done this, so it looks like, you know, it's adding some nice gloss to the surface, which is pretty good. So let's take a look at this sponge here. So you can see how dirty that is on here. So I'm just gonna yeah, you can actually see it. It's really perfect. You can actually see it perfect right now. Just kind of squeeze this out some more. Okay, so look at the outer edges. See how they look a little, they got that little shadow effect on there? That's what's happening. This thing's staining the sponge as I continue to go with it. And you're going to notice that with this product. So it is going to stain your sponge. I can see it on the edges of this here. Just looking at it, again, I just agitated against the grit guard and we'll go from there. So let me kind of just talk final thoughts on here. Just kind of wipe this off. I had some drips there. It looks good. I'm not gonna lie, that looks real nice and glossy. You can tell the roof, it's kind of washed out at the moment, but it looks real good. So let's talk about the final thoughts on EcoWash and whether or not you should go out and buy this. So should you go out and buy this? I'm going to let you guys just figure that one out if you want to buy it. So number one, I think the people who are going to want to buy this is if you're a fan of Gyeon's products. Maybe you have a Gyeon coating on your paint, Mo's, Pure, One, Can Coat, Synchro. You want to maintain it with like a wash and coat style, you know, rinseless wash. You just get this, or you mix this up as your drying aid 1 to 20, and you can maintain your coating going forward. You know, that's basically what I would do with this. I would use this as my drying aid. From a rinseless wash standpoint, it's got decent cleaning ability. It's not the best on the market. It's decent. It's going to clean. It's going to do its job. If your car is really dirty, you're probably going to want to go over it like I showed you on the sponge. You're probably going to want to go over it a couple passes to pick up that remaining dirty residue, rinseless wash solution that's on the surface. Just flip your sponge over to the other side. Pick that up, dunk it in your bucket, and then proceed. If you're going to use it with a sponge. If you're going to use it with a microfiber towel, again, just cycle out your towel as often as you need to. Once you finish all 8 sides, just go ahead and use another towel and you're good to go. Again, real nice lubrication during the wash process with the towel and the sponge. The dry off is real nice because it is leaving something on the surface. Again, it's SiO2 infused. It's leaving a real nice gloss, so if you like that glossy look, you're going to like this product as well. If you have a coating and you want to just maintain the performance of that coating and put your own protection, you're not going to want to use this. Unless you're going to use this as the drying aid, then that's a different thing. But I'm not a fan of washing coats either from a soap or from a rinseless wash. That's just my personal preference. I like controlling when I add protection to my painted surface, and I want my rinseless wash to simply clean, not leave something on the surface, because sometimes you get this weird film that masks the performance of the coating. It looks like your coating's clogged. It's a weird thing. It doesn't happen all the time, but you'll notice it the more often you're topping your protection. So if you're putting, say you have a ceramic coating, then you're putting a SiO2 topper on there, and you're washing it with the SiO2 soap, and then you're washing it with the SiO2 rinseless wash. You're constantly adding stuff on there. Eventually it's going to look a little cloudy. It's kind of a weird thing. You'll notice it more on darker vehicles like blacks, navy blues on there, but not so much on like white or silver. but you'll notice that it's starting to look a little muted on there. So you can just use this. If you're going to use this, use it whenever you so desire. I like the slickness it has on there during the wash and dry process. Again, I'm just not a fan of a rinseless wash that has protection in there. Hence why I don't really showcase on the channel, because that's just not what I like to have my rinseless wash do. But again, they do offer those. And again, that's kind of all I have on here. One of the cons you're going to notice, again, sponge staining. So it's going to stain your rinseless wash sponge. Just hit it with some APC after the wash, and then it'll come out clean. I don't know if it's going to turn that hydrophobic if you constantly use it and you just let it dry in there. I don't know, like HydroSave will do. And I don't know if it's going to turn your towels hydrophobic like HydroSave will if you just let them sit in the bucket. So if you're going to use this, wash many vehicles so you can have a full load of laundry, and then just wash your towels just to make sure that your towels don't turn hydrophobic on there. So that's all I have for EcoWash. Let me know what you guys think. Excuse me. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post down below. I'll catch you next one. Take care, everyone. All right, guys. So actually, I'm done washing the car with EcoWash. I wanted to come back on camera here. We already talked about final thoughts and all that with the product here. Like I said, the one thing I like about this is the gloss and slickness it leaves behind. I'll show you what the car looks like after we're done. But I want to show you what the sponge looks like before I squeeze it out. If I can get it out of here. I don't know if it's gonna let me do this here, because I am actually, get some of the stuff out of here. Just kind of dribbling out here. So let me see if I can actually show this before I squeeze it out here. So let me just kind of squeeze some of that excess out. So this is what the sponge looks like after using it. You can see it's pretty dirty on here. I'll take my glasses off so I can actually see this, because glasses are tinted. So you can actually see how it looks. It's pretty dirty. So you can see on the outer edges, it's starting to kind of have that pad staining on here. So I'm going to go ahead and dunk this back in the solution, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to agitate it against the grit guard to see if we can clean it. I'm going to wring this out really good. And I want to show you what the sponge looks like. So that's what my sponge looks like. So again, it has starting to get the pad staining here on the edges primarily. This side looks okay. This side's starting to get a little bit here on the bottom here, and maybe like here in this spot, you know, kind of here in these areas. So you can see that the lowers are starting to get a little stained. Let me just kind of squeeze out as much excess solution out of here. So yeah, actually it's starting to kind of get staining in this location here, the edges, maybe this spot here, on this edge very lightly it's starting to happen, and on this edge it's starting to happen. So you can see my pad is actually stained after one use, and this was at one point really clean. And so the one thing you want to do with this to get this back to where it was, you're going to want to use some all-purpose cleaner after you use it to wash. This side we can't tell because it's black or dark gray, so it's really hard to see if there's any sort of staining on this side. Again, I don't really see any difference in the edges here being darker than whatnot, but we know that the yellow side is actually showing signs of pad staining. So one thing to keep in mind with this Gyeon product here is it's going to stain the sponge that you're using. So let me kind of rotate this back to where we can just chit chat here, and let me put my glasses back on because it is kind of bright out here. So let's talk about this here for a minute. One last thing before I get this is I forgot the pad staining part of it. And one thing that I wanted to mention too before we call this complete is that Gyeon said they would never make a rinseless wash. And I don't know what changed all of a sudden when they came out with EcoWash, because in their Facebook groups they kept saying like, no, we don't believe in rinseless washing. We believe in traditional washing with their soaps that they have in their lineup with Bathe and whatever their pre-snow foam stuff is. They were very avid believers in that, and they said, no, we don't believe in rinseless washing. We're never going to give you a rinseless wash. We'll never say never, because they gave us one. Now, is it the best rinseless wash on the market? Absolutely not. Does it fit their needs or what they're trying to achieve? I would say yes, because they want to maintain that SiO2 infused product line, and that's where this falls in. I don't, if I were them, I'd go back and reevaluate and decide whether or not you really need the SiO2 protection in there. Like I said, if I'm making a rinseless wash, I want my rinseless wash to do one thing, and that's clean. Regardless if it's a polymer-based, a hybrid, a surfactant, I want it to just clean and not leave protection behind, because as I mentioned, all-in-one products tend to sacrifice some performance in their thing. So it fits within their product line. Again, if any other SiO2 coatings that they have, Can Coat, Mohs, One, Pure, Synchro, it'll work just fine on that. But just keep in mind that they said that they would never make one, and here we are. I don't know when this, I forget what year this came out, but we have that this here. And I think the last thing I want to mention is, let me just show you what the car looks like first. I'll give you a quick little walk around, because it does look pretty good. Let me kind of get that out of the way here. Rotate this camera. So hopefully you can actually see, at least from this view, I'm just backing up here, is the gloss levels that were achieved as this car sits in the shade here, and also on the hood here. If I kind of just bring it from different angles, like I can actually see the reflection of the tree in the hood here. So if I pan down, you can actually see the reflection of the branches here from the tree next door. So it does have a real nice finish on here. So again, if you like that real glossy type finish, this is exactly what it's gonna do for you. With it being a silver paint, actually does look good. It looks like it's just been like it had a ceramic topper installed on it. It looks really glossy. That's what this is looking like right now. So you can actually see the gloss levels are really good. So I just want to showcase that, and then come back and sit down here as we flip the camera back over and I get out of the sun, because I'm trying not to get blasted in there. Is the last thing I want to mention is, so I'm not going to keep this product, and what I mean by that is if I kept this product, it would just collect dust on the shelf. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and give this away. First person to email me with my email down below will get this product. So again, first person to email me will get this. As long as you're in the 48 states, I will send this out to you. There's probably, I would say the product is right here, just right under the Gyeon name. So just right here. So you get plenty of product. You're getting about this much of product in here. So I haven't used that much. So if you're interested in trying this, go ahead and email me. I'll send this out to you, and you can enjoy it and have fun with it, and let me know what you think. So again, as long as you're in the 48 states, I will send this out to you. You don't have to do anything. Just send me your shipping address, and I will send this over to you. Shipping wise, it's probably only costs you about, it depends. I don't know where it's going to go, but as long as it shouldn't be that much to send this bottle out. So let me know what you guys think. Post your comments down below. Again, first person to email me will get this sent out to you. If I don't respond, I'm going to be on vacation. So, but I should be back by the time this video goes up. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. Take care, everyone. And let me know if you've used this Gyeon EcoWash, and let me know what you think about this. And again, catch you guys later. Take care.